I'm now joined by my first guest today, Stephen Moffat, who's king of all things Doctor Who. And of course today is very excited for many, many people because it's back tonight at 6 o'clock.
6 o'clock, yes, that's right.
6 o'clock tonight. And you must be slightly cursing the weather.
Well, I'm really hoping it's going to go really, really badly wrong.
Just cloud over. Yeah. Listen, it's been a bittersweet week for Doctor Who, because obviously there's much excitement because it's back tonight, but an awful lot of people, and we've had many emails from people basically paying tribute to Elizabeth Sladen, who sadly died this week. So it must have been a weird week for all of you guys.
Well, I mean, it's just so achingly sad and so genuinely unexpected, because you think, first of all, I've got the fanboy gene, so I think obviously she will always win and she will always live, and also she hadn't aged in 20 or 30 years. I thought, well, obviously she's going to live forever, so it was just gobsmacking and properly heartbreaking. And it just seemed to break the hearts of a nation, actually. Everyone seemed genuinely, properly sad about it.
Yeah, no,
kids, inconsolable. Yeah.
Of course, it's very hard for kids because...
A hero was taken from their lives, yeah. And, you know, Liz Sladen also just the nicest person in the world. Genuinely, absolutely lovely person.
Very, very sad. Now, we've had... Really, once it was said you were coming on the show, we've had emails from all over the world because Doctor Who, it really has, it's global now, isn't it?
Yes, it is. It's absolutely everywhere, yeah.
And is that why, I mean, the first two episodes are very based in America.
Yeah.
Was that part of the globalisation of Doctor Who?
Not particularly. To be honest, it really genuinely was, because I came up with a story I thought would be good in 60s America. I mean, if you're trying to break the American market, it isn't necessary to set a show in America. They have those. They've got loads of shows set in America. Millions of them. They're not longing for yet another. You didn't watch The West Wing thinking, I wish this was set in the House of Commons, did you? So it's not that. It was just, I thought, wouldn't it be cool if we were in America in a big desert and all?
And it does look
amazing,
beautiful. It really, I mean... Because I guess for you, it must be great just to be able to use those vast landscapes that we just don't have.
We don't see that. I mean, it's normally that, you know, it's green screen if we do that. To actually have the, you know, have them in the Valley of the Gods, it's absolutely. It looks so gorgeous, so exciting.
Now let's get into emails because there's so many. Samuel, he's 15. He's in Hastings. He loves Doctor Who, and now because the rumour mill is churning, obviously. Yeah. So he knows something very significant happens in the first 10 minutes tonight.
Yes.
I don't know what it is. I've tried to avoid the spoilers on the internet. How hard is it to keep a secret before transmission on a show like Doctor Who?
It's really difficult. I mean, one of the problems, Samuel, is we give out these scripts to people. We give them out to virtual strangers and they leave them on trains in the backs of cars and then we perform them out loud in public. It's not exactly MI5, is it? But we've done not badly. I've got a few hours to go, but we've done not badly in this opening one. We've kept... We work very hard at it. I even write false endings for the read-throughs and things like that.
Oh, really?
To actually try and keep the secret, yeah.
Because they very kindly sent me the first two episodes because I was talking to you. But of course it was... I mean, I really enjoyed watching them, but it's sort of pointless because I can't ask you anything because any question will be a spoiler.
Absolutely. We let you watch them, we shoot you in the face. It's pointless.
They are beautiful. And they always say at the start of every series, they're going to go, oh, and it's really frightening. Like, it's like we're surprised. Yeah. It's like Harry Potter. Each film, it's very dark. Yeah, it's been dark.
Yes, I know. The scariest monster ever. And also no cookery. What else are we going to say?
All right. Thank you for being such a great custodian of all things Who. This is Joyce in Manchester. Which of your own additions to the Who universe are you most proud of? These are good questions, right?
They are. I'm probably... and probably inevitably the Weeping Angels, because they were so successful, and inventing a brand new monster is really exciting. But I'm proud of everything. I mean, really. I love writing River's Song. I think that's just great fun with her. So, I mean, probably, though, I'd have to say Weeping Angels. I've always wanted to invent a new Doctor Who monster, and that's a good one.
It was stunning. Russell H. 12 in Croydon. Being the boss on the biggest drama on British TV, does anyone ever have the guts to tell you you're wrong?
Oh, God, they never stop.
No, apart from at home. At home, at work.
I also work with my wife.
Of course you do, yes.
Yeah. No, they absolutely do. And it would be dreadful and awful if people didn't tell me I was wrong. I promise you, Beth Willis and Piers Wenger have absolutely no difficulty in telling me I'm wrong. Regularly.
Really?
That's how they communicate with me. But shades of how wrong you are today, Steve.
But do you listen to them?
No, of course not. No, yes, I do. I've absolutely listen to them.
Because Doctor Who, it was a big decision for you to kind of take over the reins. Because didn't you sort of walk away from Hollywood in order to do this?
Yes, I was working on Tintin, the Spielberg-Jackson version of Tintin. So I did run away from Hollywood and more money for less work to go to Cardiff. So my career does play much more successfully if you do it backwards. But, you know, I love Doctor Who so much, so I couldn't resist it. How could I resist doing this show?
All right, Paul Jones, though, right? So in a hypothetical Doctor Who Sherlock team-up episode, and how exciting does that sound? Where would Stephen's loyalties lie? Who would he write the best lines for?
I'd write the best lines for both of them. That's the only way you can write those parts. All four cheekbones at war.
And also, my son Rory is a massive Doctor Who fan. His middle name is William. He's thrilled there's a character called Rory Williams. So Stephen doesn't even have to mess with tricky plots to make children happy.
Oh, okay. Yeah. I name characters after every child in the country and we're sorted.
Yeah, exactly. It'll
just be a list from now on.
I feel a bit bad that I'm asking this question immediately, but Scott from Slough wants to know, how long are you planning to stay on as showrunner?
Heavens. They're calling for my resignation already. I don't know. I mean, we'll see how it goes until I'm stretched out of Wales on a police box door, I suppose. I mean...
Because I was saying to you there, like, how far ahead? Because you said you're filming episode 13 at the moment.
Yeah.
So you know what happens till then, obviously.
Yes. And, you know, I've got notion of the Christmas special in the next series. So, I mean, I'm doing all that. And, I mean, I suppose at some point it is genuine. I'm not just making it up. It's genuinely backbreaking work. So at some point, my natural laziness will overwhelm me. And I'll go and lie down in the garden and someone else can do it. But for now, I'm very, very happy doing it. Sorry, mate, I'm staying.
And how does it work with the other writers? How you know, are you kind of looking over the shoulder, kind of going,
A bit. I mean, but, you know, it's collaborative. It's all very friendly and amiable. I mean, and no one's fallen out with me yet. You know, they come in, they do... It's quite... I mean, I used to do episodes for Russell. It's a lovely job coming in doing an episode of Doctor Who. You get to be properly authorial. You get to make up your own monster. I mean, the people who come on and write Doctor Who absolutely love doing it.
now, in these first episodes, I'm allowed... Let's say River Song.
Yes,
yeah, I'm allowed
absolutely.
to... That's not a spoiler.
Yeah.
Okay.
You asked me that as an aside on the radio, can I just point out?
I know. But I'd have apologised if I got it wrong.
Good. No.
Yeah. You looked a bit worried that I was going to say something terrible. No, I was pretty sure I was allowed to say that. Yeah. So, Linton of Coventry, will we ever seriously, finally, categorically discover who River Song, as played brilliantly by Alex Kington, is? Please, oh please.
Yes.
When?
Soon.
Like how soon?
But not today.
Okay. And I don't understand this question. Lee Gannon, was any of River Song based on Doctor Who's other time-travelling archaeologist, Benny Summerfield?
Bernice, as created by my mate Paul Cornell. Not really, no. Quite a different character.
That'll do us. No. Now, the 6 p.m, people are querying that. Adam Meakin in North Devon. What do you think of this year's 6 p.m. time slot? A lot of fans like myself think it's too early for the spring-summer and that viewing figures will drop. Are you worried about this?
I was a bit alarmed when I heard about it, to be honest. But I mean, I'm not a scheduler. That's the dark arts. Let's wait and see how it works out. The last time I argued with a slot, I have to say, which was for Sherlock, it turned out to be exactly the right slot. So maybe I'll be wrong again. But yes, I am looking outside and moved to tell the children of Britain that sunshine is very bad for you, and you should go indoors, close the curtains against that blazing sun, and stop playing with each other and pay attention to the television like children did when I was young.
And I suppose the good thing is, this isn't a freakishly nice day. We've had lots of nice days.
Yes.
So coming in early will be no...
Frankly, you must be bored of it by now.
Yes! They're burnt to a crisp.
Stop it.
And also, I suppose the other thing, schedules aren't written in stone. If it doesn't work at 6 o'clock...
No, they are, actually. It's extraordinary. Yeah, they're handed down now on tablets. No, yes.
They'll just move.
There's flexibility, but I mean, let's see. Maybe it'll be a brilliant plan.
Oh, now, these... These are about me. Because...
I think I know what's coming.
Well, because I felt terrible, because I was being...
One more and we're including you in the opening titles.
Yes. This was when my cartoon cameo...
Yes,
it was poorly timed by whoever pressed play.
It wasn't the real Graham. I have to point out that was actually a cartoon version released without his knowledge in front of Matt Smith as he did his. I didn't see that. I was watching on BBC HD, which clearly didn't bother to promote your show. And so I thought it was fine. And suddenly my phone exploded with text, and I thought everyone must have loved that episode. And it was all these people swearing. I was saying, "What happened? What happened?" So I had to go down. There you were, and making your second appearance in Doctor Who.
Yes, because I did a vocal vocal appearance.
You did a vocal appearance over the return of the Doctor. I remember that.
Yeah, that was. I was so
It's
lucky.
like you're loitering outside our studio, just
Yeah.
waiting to pass.
Well, I am the only person who hasn't been offered a cameo. Everyone else has been in it. That's why I've just bullied my way
I think
in.
you rate a convention appearance now, frankly.
No, that vocal one was so lucky because we'd done a live show, and then for some reason we were just in the studio, and they faded us up. I could have been saying anything.
And Doctor Who could have been taken off the air before Christopher Eccleston had actually made it on screen.
And I would have been in deep, deep trouble. We've got an exclusive clip from tonight's episode, and this is where the Doctor unexpectedly shows up in the Oval Office.
Yes.
To a very surprised Richard Nixon.
There he is.
Here we go.
Fellas, the guns, really? I just walked into the highest security office in the United States, parked a big blue box on the rug. You think you can just shoot me?
They're Americans!
Don't shoot, definitely no
Ready
shooting.
to shoot us either. Very much not in need of getting shot. Look, we've got our hands up.
Who the hell are you, sir?
You need to stay back.
Who are they?
I'm your new undercover agent on loan from Scotland Yard, codename The Doctor. These are my top operatives, the Legs, the Nose, and Mrs. Robinson.
I hate you.
No, you don't.
Who are you?
Now, boring question. Who's phoning you? That's interesting, because Canton 3 is right. That was definitely a girl's voice, which means there's only one place in America she can be phoning from.
Where?
Do not engage with an intruder, Mr. Delaware.
You heard everything I heard. It's simple enough. Give me 5 minutes, I'll explain. On the other hand, lay a finger on me or my friends, and you'll never, ever know.
An exclusive clip there from tonight's first episode. Matt Smith is just fantastic. Were you involved in that casting process?
Oh yes, absolutely, yes. It was, and he was the third person through the door. I remember Piers and Andy and I were sitting saying, we're going to be months at this. We're going to be doing this forever. This is going to be really, really hard. And I also said it's going to be someone in their 40s. We're not going for some boy doctor. And third person through the door, Matt Smith. Instantly perfect. I mean, if we just put it to a public vote, it'd been over. He was that good the first day he came in, and that was it. It was just done. And Piers and I just going for a drink, saying, "Well, what are we going to do for all these other people coming in?" But we already know.
And did you have big names? Did you have stars in the?
Yes, there were well-known people. There were unknown people. There were much older people. I mean, there was about a 30-year age range in the people we were seeing for the part. It's been the biggest surprise of my life that you could find it on the first day. On the first day.
What did you do about Matt though? He sort of has old bones.
He does. I mean, I once described him to my great joy as a young man constructed by old men from memory. But it's, which is, I mean, actually, if you meet Matt, he's actually much younger somehow than he is as the Doctor. He does something. There's something about the way he plays that part that suggests gravitas and great wisdom and sort of boffiny sweetness. At the same time, Matt's kind of weird. He's like the best brought-up young man you'll ever meet. He's sort of, he's like you start talking to him like he's your dad or something when you talk to him.
He's a lovely guy.
Oh, he's a
isn't he?
lovely.
Because that could mess with your head, becoming the Doctor. You could just go crazy.
Yeah, well, I think it is a traumatic and huge step, and I know that David Tennant wrote him a letter and gave him sort of a little bit of advice about what it's going to be like, and it's life-changing. But as Matt says, it's kind of nice also, children just automatically love you, and they're meeting the Doctor, and he's so good with children, which is number one important thing if you're playing the Doctor, that when children come up to him and talk to him, he makes sure that, because he knows if just once he was disappointing to a child, that someone, when they're 80 years old, will remember it, that the Doctor wasn't nice.
It's a huge responsibility, isn't it?
Oh, yes. Massive.
Oh, I don't envy him. Listen, more chat.
I want to be the Doctor. That'd be great.
Well, you're in charge.
I know, but some sense of responsibility says I don't think I'm going to be on all those bedroom wall posters somehow.
Yeah, we're going in a different direction.
Yes. You may think I've gone a little power mad this morning.
Okay, and listen up, everybody. More chat with Stephen. This is now. Are you a fan of Eurovision? You're probably not, are you?
Eurovision? Oh, I quite like it. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, this. And you won't hear it anywhere else, but we play it. This is the song that could bring it home. Can I just say, I've heard all the songs now, and I know it sounds like a tautology, but the standard's quite low this year. And so I think Blue might do very, very well indeed.
Doctor Who returns to BBC One. We're in the middle of the most powerful city in the most powerful country on Earth. Let's take it slow.
They're everywhere. America is occupied.
No more questions. You have to trust me and nobody else.
This world is ours.
I've been running, and I've been running my whole life. Now it's time for me to stop. Doctor Who returns tonight at 6 on BBC One and BBC One HD.
We will see you in half an hour. Thank you very much. Now, Stephen, this person emailed, David Smith in Ealing, writes, when you see the Moffster, are you called the Moffster?
Absolutely nobody, as far as I know.
Well, David Smith's decided that's who you are. You're the Moffster. Can you please ask the great man if there's going to be a Doctor Who prom at the Albert Hall this year, and if so, when is booking likely to open?
Wait and see, said the great man, slightly unsure of the schedule.
Thanks, Moffster. Any chance in the future to start the series in October or in January and have the Christmas special incorporated in the season and have a special later in the year? Adrian Cook, age 44.
He's 44. He's the BBC One scheduler. Even if I knew, which I don't, we try not to let ITV and have advanced knowledge of what BBC One is up to, so we wouldn't tell you.
I see.
It sounds like giving them a sporting chance, doesn't it? It's wrong. I don't know.
John Collins in... I don't know how to pronounce that. When will we see the return of the Ice Warriors or the Yeti, please?
Well, not immediately. I mean, I like the Ice Warriors and the Yeti, but I haven't got a good idea for them right now. More important to get new monsters than old ones, I have to say. But maybe someday.
But it's nice that you've got a back catalogue of monsters that people will be happy to see again.
Yes, I think we've pulled them into the series on the basis of how fast they can move, and those are two of the slowest. I really worry about the Ice Warriors because they move very slowly and they talk very slowly. I'm just not quite sure how they're going to fit. But one day we'll have a brilliant idea, I'm sure.
Right. Here's one he can't answer about Doctor Who. Tom Mason is laying down a challenge.
Blimey.
Yes.
Sand. What?
When the TARDIS regenerated itself, this was at the end of the last series, even down to creating a new sonic screwdriver, how come it didn't repair its chameleon effect?
The chameleon circuit, why doesn't it redisguise itself? I think, but I don't know, I'm only his biographer, that the Doctor has been able to repair that chameleon circuit for years. He just likes that police box. It's lovely and blue. He could fix it, of course he could. He just doesn't bother. He thinks it's got style.
Yeah, there you go, Tom. That's the answer to that. Rory Cunningham. We all know that the Doctor Who format allows for almost limitless possibilities, but is there a list, a secret rule book of do's and don'ts that is handed down from lead writer to lead writer? Rory in Devon.
Yes, it's kept in a leopard skin safe at the back of the office. When I'm in my third year, I'm actually allowed access to... No, there isn't. There really isn't. I mean, there's nothing handed on. I mean, the Doctor Who format is so slight and so tiny that, you just don't need it.
But if you did something, would Russell call you and kind of go, "No, Stephen, no"?
Not so far. Maybe you will.
Is he still a fan? Do you think? Does he still watch?
My final job on every episode of Doctor Who is to secretly get him a copy of it because he wants to watch it without adverts in America. So I've just uploaded one to a secret location. He can download it and all that. So my last task is always to get Russell an episode.
Who's it? Holly Oates. Is that a real name? Do you have plans to bring back Omega into the series? And if so, any chance of Benedict Cumberbatch playing the role?
Blimey. I have no current plans to cast Benedict Cumberbatch as Omega, I'm afraid, no.
Do you think Holly Oates is code for Benedict Cumberbatch? Emailing the programme. Wouldn't I be quite good casting for that? Here we go. Fans of Benedict Cumberbatch still hope that he will appear in Doctor Who one day. Can Stephen at least say if that's on the cards? Are there rumours of him? Oh, there's rumours of him playing Omega.
Is there?
Yeah, apparently.
Well, I don't know where those rumours came from. Of course, we'll cast anyone in Doctor Who when we've got the right part for them. But there's no particular plan, but there's no plan against it either.
is it possible you made a big mistake with the whole wibbly-wobbly, timey-wimey thing? That's from Eric Perry.
Is it possible? No, damn you, no. It's all perfectly correct. What do you mean?
I don't know. Well, talking of timey-wimey, we're out of timey-wimey. So thank you so much for coming in. Listen, we have stacks and stacks and stacks of those questions, but thank you for being so full and frank in your disclosure. Doctor Who, starring Matt Smith, returns with The Impossible Astronaut at BBC One tonight at 6 p.m. Here's Elvis Costello taking us to the news at noon. Thank you very much, Stephen.
Pleasure.